Okay, so now that they made a movie about what happened in the pandemic with the GameStop stock, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna need a movie about what's up with these PPP loans. I just want to know. I just want to know how everybody got away with that. I just want to know the specific details. Look, I heard about the GameStop phenomenon, of course. Like, who didn't hear about that? Like, I saw it all go on, but I didn't really pay much attention to it until this movie. But those PPP loans, I knew a lot more about what was going on in that business. So I need a movie about that ASAP. Y'all can get onto it right after this writer's strike. Well, when the writer's strike is up, I need somebody to get on that, because I feel like that could be a hit movie. But without further ado, guys, this is Dumb Money. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Dumb Money, starring Paul Dano, Shailene Woodley, Seth Rogen, Pete Davidson, and was directed by Craig Gillespie. And our story follows the actual story based on the GameStop stock that literally just jumped through the roof over the course of the pandemic, all due to this guy named Keith Gill, who decided to get on his laptop one day, talk about how much he loved the GameStop stock, invested a shit ton in it, got a bunch of other people to believe, they started investing in it, and then Wall Street just went mad. And this is the story of how that all unfolded, what all happened. And honestly, I'm not going to get into too many details about it, because the story is very interesting, and it's one that you guys definitely need to check out if you don't know the full details of, which I, of course, didn't. So I was definitely informed on a lot in this movie here. But basically, without further ado, guys, I'm going to get into what I liked and what I didn't like about the movie. Okay, so first off, what I loved about the movie was the story itself. Look, this is a very interesting story. It's one that, honestly, like I said in my Gran Turismo review, when the movie is based off a true story, and that true story is actually a very interesting and, like, more so one with, like, a real underdog story, when you're watching something like that and it's actually based off something that truly happened, that gives the movie a bit more leverage and just a bit more, you're kind of interested a little bit more, just because you know this actually happened, and at some point you feel like maybe it could happen again. Who knows? You know, what Wall Street is crazy, as Keith Gill said in the movie. You know, it happened. He was basing it off something that happened in like 2006, 2007, but this dude had all the information and turned it into something into the pandemic. So maybe it could happen again. But when it's based off a true story, that gives the movie a bit more oomph to it. I like that. It adds a little more oomph to the movie, and you take it a little more seriously. And I really do appreciate the story here. The story, the way it's told, honestly, all the information I was given throughout the movie about this situation, it's incredible. The guy's story is amazing. I loved Paul Dano's portrayal of this character in this movie. He actually looks really just like the actual guy, Keith Gill. It's actually uncanny how much they look alike, but Paul Dano is just honestly killing it every time he decides to step on screen, and I absolutely loved everything about his performance. Shailene Woodley gave a really good performance. I really enjoyed her as well. Honestly, like I said, not only is this story just a great one to tell, everyone who's telling it, as far as everyone who's portraying the people who, you know, live this thing, they're doing a great job. They are doing a phenomenal job. I loved all the cast of characters in this movie. I loved Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan. Pete Davidson was hilarious. That dude, he's really having a really big year. I know he's a cameo in Fast X, and I'm pretty sure he just came out with something else. But then he had Bodies. Like, Pete Davidson is absolutely killing it. Loved him in the movie. Another guy that I'm absolutely going to shout out. I think I'm developing some sort of actor's man crush on this dude, because this dude is absolutely just phenomenal in everything he does. Anthony Ramos. That dude steals the show in almost everything he's in. He was in Transformers: Rise of the Beast earlier this year. Look, he's also in The Heist, which is a very underrated movie from 2021, I believe. And in this movie here, he just absolutely kills it again. Anthony Ramos was one of the most entertaining parts of the movie. Loved him. America Ferrera. Wow. I only say wow just because, like, I really loved her in the Barbie movie, and then, like, here she's just, again, being an amazing actress, just being someone I could really get behind. I just love her character in the movie. Like I said, everybody in this movie is playing their role to a T. They're playing it so well. I I don't know the two actresses' names, but one of the girls is from Bodies, Bodies, Bodies as well. She does a phenomenal job in the movie. I just really enjoyed all the cast and the characters in this movie. Like, that's really what makes this entire movie work. Just the story itself and the people who are playing this story out. That is what makes this whole thing work. It's a very interesting story. Seth Rogen, Nick Offerman, they all are amazing in the movie, man. They are really good. It's honestly, who else is in the movie I'm missing? Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, played a completely different character in this movie, and I loved his portrayal of that character in this movie. Look, honestly, I'll say this. When you walk out of this movie, or not even when you walk out, when you look back on this movie three or 4 months down the road, this won't necessarily be a movie you'll look back and go, wow, that was like it's not, I can't necessarily say it's a hidden gem, because a movie I would describe as a hidden gem this year is Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Amongst Thieves, and that movie's like high on my list, but that's what I would consider a hidden gem. This is going to be a movie we look back on and go, that movie was pretty good. It's just, it didn't necessarily like stay with me or resonate with me. It's kind of those like movies you watch once and you're like, damn, that was pretty good, and you kind of just don't really go back to again. I could say that's the only fault I would have with the movie, but I mean, it's not really, you know, anything like knocking against it. Truly, I truly did still have a great time with this movie. It's really funny. It's really informative. It's really, honestly, you're really engaging with these characters, and honestly, we can all, well, a majority of the world can all come from a standpoint of being the little guy and being, you know, the underdog in the story, and, you know, taking out the corporate fuckheads and all the guys who are just stepping on the little people just to make more money. We can all, a lot of people can relate to stuff like that, and so that is the driving point of this story. That is the driving force of this movie. It works. Like I said, it's just probably by the end of the year, will this be on a top 10 list somewhere? Will this be on one of the most memorable movies of 2023? Not necessarily, but it is one that is a decent entry in 2023. It's one that you can look back on and say, yeah, that was pretty good. Would I watch it that many more times? Probably not, but I did enjoy the hell out of all these performances. I enjoyed the hell out of this story, and for all those reasons and so many more, guys, I'm going to give Dumb Money a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, guys, so Dumb Money, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Look, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff and so much more, guys. I really do appreciate it. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.